Have you ever noticed that most nuclear power plants look like they were designed by Lego enthusiasts? They're big, they're gray, and they're perfectly round. But why are they built in circles? There are actually two very good reasons for this. The first is to do with the function of the plant itself. Nuclear power plants produce electricity by splitting atoms. This process generates an enormous amount of heat, which is used to create steam. That steam then spins a turbine, which powers a generator, which produces the electricity that powers our homes and businesses. The steam has to be kept at a constant temperature in order for this process to work efficiently, and a circular shape is the best way to achieve that. A circle has no corners or edges, which means that the heat generated by the plant's reactor can be evenly distributed throughout the building, keeping the steam at a consistent temperature. If the building were any other shape, there would be areas of the structure that were hotter than others, which could damage the plant's equipment or worse, cause a meltdown. The second reason is to do with safety. In the event of an emergency, a circular power plant is much safer than one with a more complex shape. If there is an explosion, the building's circular shape will ensure that the blast wave and any radioactive materials are dispersed as evenly as possible, minimizing the damage to the surrounding area. A non-circular power plant, on the other hand, could have a meltdown that is much more dangerous to the surrounding area. In addition to these two main reasons, there are some other benefits to building a nuclear power plant in a circular shape. For example, a circle is the most efficient shape to build a structure because it uses the least amount of materials possible. This means that a circular power plant is cheaper to build and maintain than one that is shaped like a polygon or a blob. A circular power plant is also easier to evacuate in the event of an emergency. If there is a fire or an explosion, people can evacuate through the center of the circle without having to worry about getting trapped or lost. Trying to evacuate a building with a more complex shape could be much more difficult and dangerous. So the next time you see a nuclear power plant, take a minute to appreciate the genius design that went into it. Its circular shape may not be very aesthetically pleasing, but it is incredibly efficient and safe. Just remember, if the plant ever starts to leak radiation, run for the hills.